What's up, you guys? I'm Coach Madison. Welcome to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about literally my favorite thing ever, which is metabolic priming, aka reverse dieting, aka getting slim while eating more food. Who wouldn't want that, right? So here we are. Let's kind of talk about what does metabolic priming mean. So in my coaching community, we go through a 3-part method that we basically start with every single client. And obviously everyone's timeline is going to be a little bit different based off of where they come in at, their needs, etc. But basically we're going to start off with metabolic priming, which means we're going to be adding some more food to your plate because generally women come in under eating and overtraining. So during this phase, it can look like 8 to 12 weeks or even longer depending on how their body's responding. But we basically just want to get them into a good metabolic phase. And I'm going to talk you straight through what that looks like with us so that you can apply it for yourself. Or if you're interested, be like, oh my God, this is exactly what I've been needing. So first off, we start off with metabolic priming. Then we go into metabolic acceleration. Basically what this means is we're going to go through a little fat loss phase. Through the priming, we've gotten your metabolism up here. She's fired away. She's moving again. We've lost an initial amount of fat with this metabolic priming phase. Then we're going to go into the acceleration, aka an actual intense cut, so that we can get off a little bit more body fat, get us feeling amazing. And then we naturally flow into what we call nutritional freedom. Obviously, it's great if you have goals all the time and you may go through a bulk, you may go through a cut, but the end goal is to have this nutritional freedom where you can have ice cream, you can have a date night, you can go and have marks with your friends. I love a martini. You can go and have those things without feeling guilt, without feeling like you're going to regress, you're going to put on body fat. It's basically just body autonomy, and that's what we all want, right? So let's talk through metabolic priming. So basically, if I could give you the blueprint, here's what it's gonna be. Okay, so basically we're gonna have more food freedom, more energy, more muscle. We're gonna build confidence. Our hormones are gonna get better. Our cycle is gonna get better. We're maximizing rest and recovery. Literally all amazing things. And it's really a very hard place to get women to start this. And you're like, oh, Madison, why? All these things sound amazing. Sign me the heck up, right? But it does come with trying to eat a little bit more calories and pulling back on stressors, aka cardio and training. And we as women are constantly told eat less, move more. So going through something like this seems like, oh, that's not what I should be doing. When in reality, it's exactly what you need, right? So let's talk through reverse dieting. It's basically a metabolic rebuild. Like I said, most women come to us severely under eating, yo-yo dieting. They're under eating all week, getting to the weekend, and they're binging. They can't stay out of the pantry. We're seeing so many negative, relationships with food, relationships with fitness and dieting, and that stops here. That stops the second you come in our program and find support. So basically, you'll see, if you just track roughly for yourself and you feel like you may be in this yo-yo place, you feel like maybe this is something that you need to go through. Are you having days where you're at 2,000 calories and then 1,200 calories the next day? If that's you, you probably need to go through a reverse diet. So the yo-yo macros are the reason why you're not seeing the fat loss. Your body is so stressed from, overeating today, undereating the next day, undereating, so now I'm starving, so I'm going to overeat. You see how you're doing this up and down trend, and it's never going to get you where you want to be. So we reverse for a strategic increase in calories, relearning hunger cues, learning about our body, learning how our body digests certain food, the energy levels that we get from certain food. I'm hot in here, it's heating up. I'm stoked over this. And then supporting your thyroid and your hormones, building metabolic flexibility, building muscle, everything that we could want. So let's dive in. What can you expect from going through a reverse diet? Can we just talk about my client, Hannah? Girl, you haven't even seen her now. I need to update some photos. We're getting absolutely shredded. So what can you expect from a reverse diet? Your hunger is going to stabilize. You're not going to have these crazy binge moments. You're going to have more energy. Do you know what more energy means? Better workouts. Better workouts, better muscle. Your mood and your sleep is going to improve dramatically. Your boyfriend's not going to think you're a bitch. Inches are going to decrease even at higher calories. A lot of the time, like with my client Abby and Hannah, we reduced training volume. They were both training a ton, and we added more food. Does this look bad to you guys? No, this looks like amazing progress. I'm gonna edit this real quick because we're gonna say why women need it. Because yes, moms need it, and we'll talk about that. But we as women need this in general because we are constantly told that we need to be smaller, eat less food. And that is not the truth. We as women, if you're here, you're probably a very high performer. You are probably killing it in your business, in your career, in your family life. Let's be honest, we as women we do everything. And whenever we do everything, we do it well. So your life is very high demanding. Your stress and your cortisol is through the roof. So adding more calories helps bring your body out of that stress state. Let's talk about my moms. Postpartum, you are gonna have major depletion in muscle, your hormones, everything. So that's why we need to fuel your body with a little bit more calories. Now, busy schedules lead to skipped meals. I see this so much with moms, CEOs, nurses, everyone. You guys are busy, myself included. We're busy. We're skipping meals, and that leads to metabolic dysregulation. That leads to missed periods, bad skin, a little pooch. We don't want any of that. So we need to have more flexibility, but also just better nutrition in general. Years of underfueling. My girl, like if you're listening to this, you're probably a 90s baby or later. And we grew up in a time where underfueling was the rage. Everyone was this big. I mean, hey, it's coming right back with you know what. So this underfueling is not going to get us where we want to be. The truth, what you guys are worried about now, the amount of times that I have conversations with women that need to go through a reverse diet and they want to come in and they want to go straight into a deficit. But I'm like, hey, you've been in a deficit for 3 years. So we can't go further into a deficit without me feeling like this is just horrible. So a lot of the times we get objections about this, and here's kind of like a few of the fears that I've heard from you guys. So we'll kind of debunk those. For one, will I gain weight? So you're going to see initial scale shifts, but that's just because your muscles are full. You're actually fueling your body. You're having more food. Food equals water weight. So you're going to get glycogen to your muscles, water, not fat. I repeat, this is not fat. Won't I lose progress? Reverses usually build the metabolism that you need in order to actually lose fat. So sometimes women will come in the program and we'll be able to go into a little bit of fat loss phase, and then we get to a sticky point and we need to bring calories up, aka reverse, in order to continue to go further into that fat loss phase. A lot of the time, you guys, you're gonna need multiple cuts to get you to where you wanna be. You can't just be in a deficit for 2 years and call it good. You're never gonna get there, and your relationship with food is gonna be trash, okay? 3, it feels scary to eat more. I kind of touched on this earlier. I get it, but the second that you start eating more, your body is gonna thank you, and it's gonna get less and less scary. You're gonna be like, hold up, like my glutes are growing, my waist is shrinking. I don't feel like I'm going to eat my arm. I'm not snapping at my husband. So many good things come from fueling your body. So my next question, I'm sure you guys are gonna say, when do I get to cut? When do I get to cut? So I wanted to throw this in with a few signs that your body and your brain are ready for a deficit. Your energy is gonna be high. Your hunger is going to be stable. You're not gonna have any food noise. You're not gonna be thinking about, when's my next meal? When's my next meal? Can I have dessert? You're not gonna care about food. And that's the goal, right? Your strength is going to continuously get better. You're going to be continuing to have better workouts. Your digestion is going to be regular. Everything is improving in your check-ins. If any of these things are off, you do not need to go into a cut. For example, this is my client, Emma. Guess how much food she's eating right here? close to 400 carbs, and close to 100 grams of fat. A reverse diet, my guys. So why are you stuck? You constantly feel like you're dieting. You constantly feel like you're working towards this next goal. You're constantly decreasing food. You're having low energy, plateaus, constant cravings. You're puffy, inflamed. You're looking like the Michelin man. None of that over here. Your clothes are feeling tight. You're not seeing progress. That's when it's like, maybe I need to reverse. So I kind of already talked through this. So to wrap it all up, this is the first phase of our program, the metabolic priming. Like I said, most of you guys are coming in under eating, overtraining, or under eating, and then overeating, under training, not even training at all, not looking at any biofeedback. So then we take your little self and we put you in this method that is going to breed success. We focus on fueling your body to support energy, hormones, and fat loss. We're not fighting it. So I'm here to help. Last slide, you guys, you made it. Your body isn't broken, it's just underfed. 9 times out of 10 women come into our program. We've worked with over 600. It's getting on up there to 700 women that have all gone through this process and have seen crazy results from it. So hopefully this little slideshow helped you a little bit with how to lose fat while increasing your food and why it is so important as a woman. So leave me a comment below if you've ever gone through a reverse diet, if you are going to try one after this video. If you need any further support, leave reverse below and I'll DM you guys.